Welcome to the Cartoon Rewind Podcast.
And good evening, my cartoon addicts, and welcome to another episode of the Cartoon Rewind Podcast. I'm here with the only dude that I know that mosquitoes refuse to bite him purely out of respect. And of course, I'm talking about the one and only Mr. Rowley. And of course, let's not forget about the one and only Mr. Gemini, right? The walking encyclopedia of all cartoons, right? And of course, I am Frank. Before we get into today's podcast, do us a favor. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you can get a podcast, except for Apple, because apparently I'm stingy and I don't want to give that up. And of course, we're on Instagram and we're on TikTok. All right, D and Rolly, how are you?
It doesn't sound the same.
What do you mean it doesn't sound the same? That was perfect.
No,
I,
I'm talking about the last part. Calling yourself cheap. It doesn't sound the same.
wow. If you like, in other words, you're taking the one thing that Dwayne has
See, that
from
makes
him.
sense. That makes sense. See, I
And
was just
for
going a reference from.
and for our listeners, Gemini is having a bad day today. So
I am,
Yeah, yeah.
send
I
send all your
am, not,
positive vibes to him.
I am not having a bad day. I don't know what
He's a
these
little
two.
cranky.
I don't know what these two are talking about. I'm having a good day because I showed them that I have a tablet. Because I was told I didn't have a tablet, so I have a
After
great.
Rolando said what? After what did Rolly say?
I didn't have a tablet.
But then I corrected it. I said you probably have a tablet. Definitely not an iPad, but it's possible
Mhm.
you have a tablet
But why do you think he wouldn't have an iPad though?
because he's cheap.
Okay, that's let's see. That
He's
does
cheap.
make sense though.
See,
That does make
He's
sense.
cheap. You're cheap. You're a cheap person.
I am not cheap. I don't know what you're talking about.
D, you are cheap, bro.
You're cheap.
I love you, buddy, but you're cheap.
I am not cheap.
Oh my God, yes you are, man.
Really? So this is what we're
Hey, I have
doing?
a great deal for you. You can get freaking infinity powers for $100. I'll give you 75.
Yeah, I see that.
I tell you. Friends like these, I tell you.
Hey, you don't need no enemies, my friend.
So yeah. So other than that, other than Dwayne being having a bad, having a bad day today, and we send you positive vibes, Gemini. I'm doing great, but thank you for asking.
Well, I know you're always doing great, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's somebody's sugar baby. That's why.
He's just jealous, Rolly. That's
you
all
could
it is.
tell that, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely jealous.
You know what? Next time you go out with Frank, I'm pretty sure he'll buy you something.
You
Well,
giving
hold up,
names out.
hold up now, hold up
You
now. Why
giving
don't be sharing that? Don't know. Hold on.
you giving out names. You
No,
telling names.
I'm not saying that's my sugar daddy. I'm saying Frank could be your sugar daddy.
No, okay.
You know. All right. So,
All right. So, Rolly, what's on today's agenda, buddy?
so today's agenda, we're watching or watch. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We're changing things a little bit. We've been having a little bit of technical problems. I think one of our computers has been possessed by a demon.
Yes.
So we're trying to do things a little differently here. So we're now going to we've technically already watched the first episode of Gem and the Holograms. So we have that. So that's what's on deck. So we're gonna review. We rewatched and we're gonna review Gem and the Holograms, episode 1, titled "Beginning." Well, the beginning.
Dun dun dun. The beginning.
So we watched this. So I already you can kind of look into the future here. We already watched this, and it was you get to kind of guess what Frank's opinion is about this cartoon because he's already watched it and he has no idea anything about the show.
I don't remember anything except
What?
freaking that Miguel guy that's
Mhm.
cleans up the freaking mansion that's an orphanage, and freaking there's like 4 or 5 females that sing, and their nemesis is another chick band. That's about it.
Okay, well,
Oh,
again,
and and the earrings are like freaking super powered. Yes, her earrings. And that's about it. That's all I remember.
okay, well, they're not superpowers. They're not superpowers. So let's start from the beginning here. Okay, let's go to our resident expert, Dwayne. Can you give us a summary of Gem and the holograms?
I'm I the resident expert. You know more than me on Gem.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is Dwayne having a bad day.
Oh God, you know
You
more
were
than me.
did you not listen to the intro?
Yes, the intro is that this is a team effort. You know more than me on this one.
I
Frank
didn't get.
described the Frank described the whole thing.
Yeah, that you're a walking encyclopedia
Of cartoons. Let's
of
go, D.
cartoons.
Oh God, you people are killing me. Hold
Okay,
on.
so here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
What is the purpose? Okay, so Gem is targeted towards the female audience. Got that. Okay. So what is the purpose of them having these holograms?
There is no real purpose. So because what it is just so happens that the dad, the father, the main character's name is what is it, Dwayne?
Who, Jerrica?
There you go. Thank you. I'm pulling it out of you somehow.
Never.
I'm pulling it
Well,
out.
did you say Erica?
No,
Jerrica.
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 Jerrica. And who's that?
Benton, the owner of the Starlight Music. Her father was the owner. The other guy, ah,
So
what's the
is
evil?
Jerrica the main chick?
Yes, she
Okay, that's
is.
all you gotta say.
Hold on.
So this is going great, guys.
Yeah, it is
I'm good.
awesome.
All
What's
right.
the guy's name? What's the one who stole the company from her?
The bad guy's name, Eric?
Is
Eric
it Eric?
Raymond. Eric Raymond, right?
Yeah, he stole the company from
Yes.
her. She living in an orphanage where her father designed a what state of the art computer that can
Mimic music.
turn.
It would mimic music. It was supposed to create. It was supposed to be based off an instrument. It was supposed to be based off an instrument,
Okay.
which then turned into becomes like a total all-in-one. So it was meant to do the instruments. It was meant to do holograms, and that's where the holograms part comes in, which is Synergy. That's the name of the computer.
I remember Synergy, but that's the name of the computer. That's not their superpower.
No, then because none of them have superpowers.
Okay,
Synergy
so their gift
Jarvis.
is the
Think
Synergy, which is a computer.
think
Yes.
Synergy is think Synergy is Jarvis,
But
an AI.
it's a cheap version of Jarvis because if she lives in an orphanage, that means she's poor.
God damn, Frank.
I mean, technically, your point is not wrong here. You're right. So, but let's go back.
Just,
Jarek,
hey man, I'm just trying to keep it real, man.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
Jerica's dad
Okay,
had a
Company.
music
company,
company, right? Music company, and
got you.
at the same time, he tried to do a little orphanage to give back to the community. And
Ah,
and
okay.
on top of that, he was an avid inventor of that deal with technology. Boom, we all good there.
Bam, got it.
Her dad dies. Boom, he's dead, killed. So Eric Raymond comes in. He was like second in command
And
because
Eric's the
Jared,
bad
bad guy, yes,
guy.
and
Okay, that's the
because
one that's wearing that freaking nice suit that makes him look
yes,
like a damn
yes,
whatchamacallit pimp. Okay, got it.
yes. So, but Jerica's, she's too young. She's just a girl. It's the '80s. She can't run a business. She can't. She can't even have a credit card. How can she run a business? So the
But
guy
she
goes,
was
"Don't worry
little.
about it." The guy goes, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. All right, I got you. I'll take care of the record company, and I'll take make sure you and your little house is taken care of." But guess
Okay.
what? As every bad guy does, he did not do that. He just let them bare minimum while he did the record company his way. So Jem and what'd you call him? Rico?
Yeah, Rico,
Right?
right?
Rico. You just named the janitor because he's a janitor. Any Hispanic name there is, right?
Rico, Emmanuel,
Yeah.
something like that's his name.
Yeah.
I know he's
His name
Spanish.
he's not Spanish. His name is Rio, and he's got blue hair. Is it blue hair or purple hair? I think it's purple hair.
Purple.
No,
Yeah.
it's purple. Yeah, that I
Okay,
remember.
purple. Okay, purple hair. And they're trying to run the thing, and the company's going to become ownership of the dad of the Raymond guy, and somehow she gets a pair of earrings that start talking to her like, "Come follow me," right? Leads them where is Synergy kept at?
It's in the earrings, right?
No, Synergy's
No,
a big computer. The earrings are the holographic projectors.
at the drive-in, dude.
Yeah, at the drive-in. So
Ah,
they go to a
okay.
drive-in, buy this big computer. This computer comes on and says, I'm all this amazing computer. I can do any voice. I can." This is basically auto tune before auto tune was created,
Hmm.
right?
Got you. Okay.
So,
And the father bought a ton of clothes that the other people, what, three girls in the band can have wardrobe for. She's the only one that relies on the hologram. And speaking of the janitor falls in love with Jem and Jerrica. Kind of dumb shit is that?
yeah, so yeah. Um, it doesn't make any sense. The clothes part, I forget about the clothes part. That make no sense whatsoever. Like, oh, the dad's been. Oh my god, you think he was a child molester or a cross dresser that he was just
Tongue twister.
storing? That he was
Stored
just storing.
tons
Yeah,
of female clothes, knowing that his daughter will become a rock star.
or he captures girls, tortures them, makes them dress up like rock stars, and then uses that for his own amusement.
And you're talking about their nemesis, the misfits.
No, I'm talking about the girls that live like the rest of the holograms.
Oh, the group.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah, the diverse team. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, diverse. There's a black person. There's an Asian. Sorry,
And,
African American. Dwayne. There's
and
an
there's always a
Asian,
redhead, and there's
and
always
there's
a
a
redhead.
redhead, and there's always a
Was there
redhead.
a redhead?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, I remember
Kim
the cool '80s style outfits though. That I definitely remember.
Kimber. Kimber is what is it? The Kimber is the redhead, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And I remember Synergy, which is the computer, right? It's a female, and doesn't she kind of project a form? Because I remember her looking like Garnet from Steven Universe.
She's she does have a form of a jazz instructor, like from
Is
the
it a
Basically,
jazz
games.
instructor for
Yeah,
real?
yeah. You remember those jazzercise?
Yes.
Mhm. So yeah, so she does have that form. I think she even has a headband on.
Does
Right?
she?
I'm trying to think. I'm
hold
trying
on.
to I'm trying to remember if she did or not. But let's just talk about the really cool one. So first of all, I can take it that Frank, you never watched this cartoon, right?
Well, I saw it that one time with you guys. That's about it.
That was it. And
Yeah.
Dwayne, did you ever watch it, or you're one of these
Uh,
like time?
half of the first season.
I watched it regularly, like every time it came on.
Did you
I don't know.
really?
Yes, I enjoyed it. Music was catchy. So every episode, you gotta know that every episode there's three,
Two
usually two
songs.
to three songs, from yeah each one. And then you talked about the Misfits because I know you like the Misfits because the way they dress. Uh,
Yes.
you find them. I know you find them attractive.
Yes, of
Uh,
course.
they they were like punk rockers. Yeah, man. They
Yeah.
were awesome.
So yeah, and but I always watched it. I enjoyed it. So, but now that I realize I made the connection of the father kidnapping young women, make him dress up, which is why he has all the clothes and the drive-in. Now I don't like it so much. So let's talk about the first episode. Okay. Now that we any questions on Frank? Rock band. They don't fight crime. They just try to screw over
Technically, they
the.
do. Technically, they fight crime because you remember in the first episode, the house almost burned down and they caught the guy. Well, part one, the dude tried to burn down the house.
That is true. Yes, but I was just saying they don't really. What I was
Remember?
gonna say they don't really fight crime. They just try to screw over and stop that guy Raymond. Because
Mm.
didn't Raymond send the guy over to mess up the house?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like, by the way, this is great Saturday morning cartoons. Like, hey, go over
It
there and
played,
murder
so
those
wait,
three women.
it played Saturday for you.
I'm trying to remember. I just assumed it's a
It was
Saturday morning
It
cartoon.
was Sunday for us because it came on after Captain Power because it was
It would be.
Captain
It,
Power the Gem.
you have a good point because this episode aired October 6th, 1985. October 6th was a Sunday, so you're right.
And
So
this is why D's the encyclopedia. What?
well, apparently he doesn't like to be called the encyclopedia.
And
And
Rico's
if
hair was purple.
Rico's hair is purple. And in case you guys are wondering anything important that happened October 6th, 1985, no, nothing happened.
Well, you
October 6th,
know what I
1985.
can share with you though?
What's
On
that?
October 6th, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say in October, but in 85,
What?
I do have something for you.
Okay. All
I
right. So
do.
before we talk about the episode, let's what interesting tidbit. I just
Well,
wanted to
because
say I wanted to say tidbit.
as we're talking about a girl cartoon, right, that
Mhm.
I've never seen, and kind of troubles me that you have seen all of them and you actually enjoyed it, Rolly. I'm gonna try to man this up a little bit. Apparently, that was the year where a bunch of GI Joe figures came out. Like Flint came out that year, Lady J, Shipwreck, Dusty, the new version of Snake Eyes, the one with Timber, his wolf, right? The Crimson Guards came out. The commanders of the Crimson Guard, which are who? Who remembers? Who's the Crimson Guard commanders?
Zaymot Tomat.
Exactly, which I
See,
do, which I
I'm a
am a
guy. I'm a guy.
fan of the twins. Yes.
First of
So
all,
I
those are
just,
kind of there's a little bit of gay characters. Those two are low. I think
they
they're
were not nowhere near that, bro. What are you talking
they're,
about, man? They were
they're gay.
twins.
Yeah, they could
They
feel
were
each
in
other.
charge. They were the CEO, president, the owners, the master blasters of freaking enterprise. You know what I mean? They had the money, they had the agility, they had it all, man.
Again, no. What was I gonna say? They could feel each other.
That's the power of twins, though, man. When one gets hurt, so does the other one.
You hit
You know
one,
what
it
I
was
mean?
like, oh, oh.
That was a little cheesy. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
but it was good though. It was good though. Come on, it's the twins, man.
So, but again, you just named a lot of really not masculine characters. So I don't know why you're saying you're gonna man it up.
Well, because Gem, hello.
Gem was again. They were
I,
cool. They were cool,
I keep
strong
calling it.
women.
I keep calling it Jen, but it's Gem. My bad on
Gem,
that one. Yeah, Jen.
Gem. Yes,
Gem.
yes,
Gem.
yeah. So they were cool. They were strong. They didn't let any man stand in their way. That's strong feminism right there.
See that part is cool because it's showing girls at that time that they can be empowered, which I do love. I love that part of it. You know what I mean? But again, as a kid, as a male, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna watch it. But I'm
Yeah.
glad you did though, Rolly, because if not, then we won't be able to talk about it. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Yeah. So I appreciate that you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you. And
But I would have beaten you up if we were friends and we were young.
Yeah.
I think when we saw it the first time, um, you were dancing a little bit, if I remember correctly.
I was singing the song, yes, because
Like
that I will give you. The song was catchy, and you know I'm not a fan of musicals. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Rolly, you said they do like two songs per every episode. But on the first one, I think they did three, if I
I
remember
think I
correctly.
think I think Jem did two. Yeah, Jem did two, and then the Misfits did their intro one. So
But
yes,
here's where I'm struggling. You ready?
yeah.
And I'm trying to put my kid's hat on. You know what I mean? Me being a
Is it is
kid
it is
in
it?
80
Oh, your
in
kids,
85.
or I thought you were putting your actual kids, like you were putting
No,
Nina's
no,
hat
no, no,
on.
no, no, no. You
Because
know how I have
because because
a trainer hat and I have a leader's hat. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
okay.
So you told me they don't fight crime.
Can you do it in a kid's voice since you have a kid's hat?
I can try.
All
Gee, Mister. That's the best I
right.
can do. Okay, so
Okay.
they don't fight crime.
They're not really considered a crime fighter. I say they're not crime fighters.
Okay, and I get that. Now,
Hmm.
so D, how many seasons did they make?
Two.
Okay, so you're telling me they made a cartoon that lasted 2 seasons
Hmm.
with nothing but females that don't fight crime with no superpowers.
Again,
And the only thing they really did was try to get her business back. I think her name is Jessica or Erica, something like that.
Mix the
From
two together. Put both
no,
of those names together.
there you go.
okay,
Jerrica.
Yep,
Jerrica. Oh, okay,
yep. Frank,
perfect.
Frank,
And they're
Frank,
just fighting against the misfits
Frank,
in bands. What's up?
Frank. Technically, they're not crime fighters. They just happen to stumble on things that the police are called at the end and someone's arrested. They just don't. The first season is them doing a contest between them and the Misfits to get a record deal for Starlight Music. But they end up in places where a crime happens, they solve it, but they're technically not crime fighters. Technically.
Yeah. So yeah. So the guy, let's call him Tony Montana because he kind of looks
Mm-hmm.
like Tony Montana.
He does, right?
Right.
Just like him.
So yeah. So he's trying to get his business back. So they're kind of going back and forth, like a power struggle. That's what the series technically is about. So every so often he tries to do something, to try to get the business or try to put Jem out of business and things of that nature. And the girls have to fight their way out of it. And but for the most part, is that, I mean, one episode they destroy synergy, another episode they're trying to make a movie and um, they try to set them back and try to mess up the movie, things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Yeah.
know,
Again, as a kid in '85, I that would have never caught my eye because it just no superpowers, no freaking crime fighting, no weapons. You know what I mean? So yeah.
okay, but not everything is. I'm pretty sure you saw cartoons that not every cartoon was about fighting.
Back then,
Yeah,
everything was. I didn't even like Scooby Doo. I didn't even like what's that white dog with the little bird? Snoopy. Yeah, I didn't like none of those type of cartoons. I didn't even like the Muppets, bro.
I was gonna tell you that's what I was gonna pick, the Muppets.
Yeah.
Well, how can you not like the Muppets?
The only person I liked in the Muppets was Animal, the drummer. That's about it.
Because he was violent.
Yeah, because it was cool, man. You know what I mean?
Ah, no, Mo. Ah, no, Mo.
There you
Yeah.
go, D. There you go.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so
I didn't
all right,
start
but
watching these type
uh,
of cartoons until I had kids, man. You know what I mean?
oh, so yeah, so I don't know. It's again, you missed out. I still think if you would have gave a couple of these episodes. So let's talk about episode one. So all right, so who everybody knows who Emmett is, right?
Emmett. Emmett. Why does that name sound familiar?
It's the dad. It's the guy who died. Emmett.
Oh, I thought we were talking about something else. I'm like, oh,
No,
okay.
no, we're going back. We're gonna talk about the beginning, which is the episode's title that we got it
So
off track.
Emmett's Jem's dad.
Yes, he suddenly dies, right? And he
Okay,
leaves the business to his daughter and his partner, which is Tony Montana,
right. Eric
Scarface.
Raymond.
Do you remember this guy's name? But you couldn't remember fucking Rio's name.
He looks like Tony Montana.
That's very racist of you. I mean, I think there's some racism there. There's
Okay.
some.
Hey, did Eric kill the dad?
I don't remember that well.
They never got into that plot point that he
Yeah.
did, but it's
No.
possible.
But what do you guys think? Because you guys watched it.
Well,
What
I
do you
think
guys?
first of all, I think Emmett first of all was a child molester, and he kidnapped women and made them dress up.
Yeah, that part doesn't sound right. I don't like
Okay.
that part.
You don't want to ruin your childhood. Oh,
No,
that's right. You
it's
didn't
okay.
watch this. You didn't
Yeah.
watch this. All right. So the dad dies.
Okay.
Daughter and the partner get the company. The
Hold
partner
on. Hold on.
says
How did the dad die? Car
they don't-
accident,
It
gunshot,
doesn't, it doesn't say.
drinking,
suddenly,
drug overdose.
suddenly. Which one would make you feel better?
He was sick.
The truth?
Yeah.
He was sick.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
sick. Okay, was it AIDS?
Oh, for real, dude? Really?
Let's
That's what we doing? Come on,
let's
man.
let's do it. Let's do it. He had AIDS. He had AIDS,
Okay, let's go. Keep going.
and he suddenly died one day.
Got you.
And he leaves the business to his daughter and his
Okay.
business partner. Business partner says, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You go take care of the house, but I'm not gonna give you any money to do it though. So take care of the house." So what does she have to do?
Okay.
Um,
See,
hire
they're at the
She
hire
started
funeral now.
working on the streets.
They are in the
no.
funeral now. They got purple hair. Look at the Tony Montana with a tie. He comes up.
Yeah, that's Tony Montana.
He'll take care of her.
And that's Jim.
So Frank, yes, it looks
And that's Emmanuel.
from this scene. I think yes, they think he killed him. They have
Okay.
a suspicion that he offed her father to get the company. So we'll go with that one for you.
Or it's a creepy old man who has his hands on an 18-year-old kid.
That
That's
too.
true. That's creepy.
That too.
Okay.
So go ahead, Rolly. Keep going. You're
All
doing
right.
good.
Thank you. It's like you're watching it. See. All right. So he has no choice. She has no money. She has no choice than to hook up with this guy named Rio with purple hair. Again, red flags. Purple hair is not something you should do. Um, so they're trying to keep the company alive. All of a sudden, the house where all the orphanage, right? Because it's a only girls only orphanage with a guy with purple hair.
Okay.
I'll let you connect the dots to that. All of a sudden, she gets a package from her dad, and it's two earrings. She puts on the earrings. The earring starts talking to her, like, "Come, you're getting closer." It's like a GPS.
Okay.
They go into this old uh, drive-in theater, which they're gonna run right into it, but turns out it's a hologram. What?
Ooh,
Yeah.
hologram. All right.
But
Okay. Uh huh. You gonna say, Dwayne?
who was checking how who were looking at the books when how much money he spent in this research? So did he take money from his company to build this, or did he take private money?
It, he had AIDS. Again, what you want me to tell you?
He had AIDS. What is wrong with you two?
You guys,
What is
you
wrong with you two?
why are you guys asking these hypothetical questions? One
We're
wants to
just
know what
wondering.
disease he has. The other one wants me to fucking do accounting and check his books to see where he was laundering money from. Listen, the guy went. His partner looks like Tony Montana. Where do you think they got the extra money from?
Perico. Coco.
Exactly, they were smuggling. So instead of
Oh my
CDs and
god!
albums, it was cocaine disc.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
We're gonna be off the air.
All right. So she finds out that the dad mate created this high tech computer that has the ability to generate holograms with a cool name called Synergy.
Here come the misfits.
Okay. Okay. I'm not there yet, bro.
Yeah, man. Let the storyteller do his story, man.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rolly.
So then the misfits come in. No.
On motorcycles, guitars shaped like guitars.
Yeah. So the point is no. So Synergy says, "I'm a cool computer. I can make you sound better. I can give you clothes and everything." And she's like, "Cool, because I want to get my company back, and my uncle Rico has a band named the Misfits, and he's gonna give them all the money, and then they sing a song. The
I thought
Misfits sing a
Rico
song.
was the janitor.
No, that's Rio.
Oh, Rico Rio, got you. All right.
Yeah. So when they're going to announce the Misfits, the owners, the boss said, "Listen, I'm putting all this money in the Misfits. I don't have money for you. Screw you." So Jerrica says, "You know what? I'm going to create my own band. I don't need you. I have auto tune, which is synergy."
Bam.
So when the best friend whatever is gonna announce the Misfits and this big concert, they're gonna do like a battle of the bands, but he picks the worst bands ever to go against the Misfits to make them sound better. Guess who appears? Guess. You won't guess.
Transformers.
No, the Gem and the Holograms. You guys are
What?
you guys are
Did
really
not see
bad at
that one
this.
coming.
You guys are really bad at this.
Who's
So
bad?
They perform. Obviously, Gem is better, and Misfits say, "You know, f you. I'm gonna cut off your brake lines." Because that's how it works. So they cut off the brake lines. They almost die, but they don't die. Rio saves them with the help of Synergy. Rio's famous now, and Tony Montana says, "You know what? Burn the house down." So this guy gets hired to burn the house down, break into the orphans and kill like 30 girls in one night. But don't worry about it. Jem stopped them, and that was it for part
Well,
one.
technically, part one, it ended with the fire.
Yes,
Oh,
they
that's
stopped
right.
them.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. That's right. A lantern fell or a candle, right?
I think it was a lantern because they have power.
They
They
didn't have any power.
Yeah, they had no
yeah
power.
yeah.
Yes.
So yes, and that's basically the beginning of Gem and the Holograms. By the way, 3 songs in this: "Out of My Way" by the Misfits, "Only the Beginning," which is the title song by Gem and the Hologram, and the Misfits came again called what is it? "Winning Is Everything."
Mm, okay. Well, I know from the Misfits, the girl with the blue hair. Whew, that was my favorite one.
So
That's
yeah.
my bird lady.
Yeah. Now, question. So that's the episode.
Okay.
The base, and I know Dwayne ruined it for me, but the base on how my great storytelling was, how would you rate this? Is this a cartoon you think you'll watch? Which you've already said 3 times you're not. So is this gonna be like a rewind? You want to watch it, or
Oh no 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 no. Well, first things first. Should we remind our viewers about our rating system, or just go right into it?
oh, let's that's a great idea. Let's remind them. All
All right.
right,
So we
go.
have an amazing rating system, right? We have rewind,
Is it?
which means
Wait, pause it. Why is it an amazing rating system? Is it because you came up with it?
actually D came up with it.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
D
okay.
came
Give
up with
me,
it because
give
our
me
first
credit.
episode was 1 through 5, I believe it was, and D came up with the terms.
Okay. I thought you thought it was amazing because you came up with it. Sounds like
No,
something you would do.
no, no, no,
Sounds like
no,
something you
no.
would do. I'm not trying to take credit away from Dwayne. I'm just saying. I'm just testing you. Go ahead.
You were testing me. Got you. Got you. Yes. So our rating system, which is amazing, right? We have rewind, which means that it has good rewatch value. Then we have fast forward, which means pretty much it's okay. It was, worth watching once, right? And then of course we have eject, which means skip it, never seeing this again. I'm done with this series. So if you're asking me, Rolly, when it comes to Gem and the Holograms, I personally will give it a eject. I will watch one episode, which I did, which I barely remember. You know what I mean? And I just will not watch it again.
But it's better when I told it than when watching it, right?
That is true, though. That is true.
Yeah.
But the only
So
thing I did not like about you telling the stories that D and I were asking questions like, "What did you think?" and you just got all upset about it, man. Now, I want to know, how did he die? What's your thought? You know what I mean?
who
How did he
me
get the money?
me who me or Dwayne?
You. I want to know
Me?
what you thought because you were the only one that actually watched both seasons.
Wait, how did I get upset? I got upset. I got upset with the book with the like. Where do you think you got all the money from? Where's all this financing of the computer?
Okay.
But I got upset because when you started like how he died, Dwayne is like really, and then I asked you how would you want him to die? I was gonna kill him off for you.
which I loved, buddy, and I appreciate
you
that, man.
know.
You know
And
what I
then
mean?
he
Yes.
got Dwayne got a little upset, but then he has a nerve to ask me how how did the computer get funded?
I didn't get upset.
I I think it was because of Perico, 100%. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
has to be,
yeah.
especially the way he dresses. Come on, man. Yes.
Thank you. So with
So,
that being said,
go ahead.
obviously I rewatch it at least a good at least the first season. I would rewatch it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
the music's catchy. It's got a great intro. It's got a great intro, which I'll play the intro. Right? Let's pause and now say, "Wow, that's a great intro."
Okay. Wow,
Wow, that
that's
was
a
a
great
great
intro.
intro.
Thank you, because we just heard the intro, and we.
Mhm.
I'm so glad you both agree that it was a great intro. So, and there you go. So I would rewatch it, Dwayne.
I would also give it a rewind. The first season, yeah. The second season jumped the shark because they were starting to be like Scooby Doo without a dog.
You give it a rewind, as in you would watch it again?
The first season
The
did
first season,
the
I
first
would say
season.
so. Yeah, the first season also. Yeah, wasn't a fan of the second one.
Second one, they were Scooby Doo without a dog.
Scooby Doo without a dog. All right, I can dig that. I can dig that. But I do love the Misfits outfit. Have I told you guys that already?
Yes, many
Okay.
times.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, with that being said, is there anything else we want to talk about Gem and the Hologram? I think we beat it to death.
Wow. We talked 40 minutes about Jim and the hologram.
Did we
Damn.
really? Jesus.
40 minutes.
All right. So I think that's it, guys.
All right. So, Frank, why don't you take us out?
What happened?
Take us home.
Yeah, man. Let's get
If,
out of here. All right.
if,
All right. All
if
right,
your
my
phone
cartoon
didn't,
addicts. Thank you
if
for
your
so much
phone
for
didn't go off,
listening.
you probably heard us.
What happened?
If your phone didn't go off, you probably heard us.
Yeah, that was from my laptop, man. I have to block. I have to mute that. My apologies on that one. On that one, but we'll be fine. Rolly can edit that out, or he'll add it as a blooper, knowing him. All right,
I'm
my
right.
cartoon
I'm
addicts.
right here. I'm right here. You talking about me like I'm not here.
Well, because I was talking to D. That's the reason why. That's
And
the reason.
I like how you have all this confidence in me.
Of course I do, man. You're freaking Rolly. You're the man. You're the person I want to be when I grow up. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So,
well, but you
no,
had your second opportunity to mute your laptop. I don't understand.
How
well,
many songs did you say they had in the first episode?
Technically four.
I only saw two.
Okay, well, technically it was four because the one weird band played a song.
Okay.
Two by the Misfits, one from Gem, and then one from that one of the from the band Battle of the Bands songs. I thought you were gonna test me on that one.
No.
I thought it was a test.
all right, my cartoon addicts, thank you so much for listening to us. We truly do appreciate you. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, or anywhere that you can get your podcast. And don't forget, we're on Instagram and on TikTok. And guess what? Until next time, my cartoon addicts, Dale.